Hi everybody, and welcome back to Idiocracy Screams.
Hello.
We just got done having a very erotic section of this.
Very much
and
so.
Now we're at school.
We're at school. Let's go learn about stuff.
Yay.
Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class.
Wait. There's just 30 students at the school, or 30
total
students
yep.
in different levels?
Nope, 30 students total.
That is a small-ass school.
It's a small-ass town.
That is true. Continue.
I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building and they had actual separate classes. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Grammar.
Isn't that proper? Not that that was a bad thing?
Yes, but there's a better way to write it. Like, it's technically, I think it's technically correct, but it's...
I think it should have been not that, comma, that, because when you put two of the same word there, it needs to have a comma. But this isn't Grammar 101.
Yeah. Grammar is scary. Mion, who had been walking out in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Heh. Too bad. I was gonna fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You meant for this to be a test of my skills.
Oh.
Mion chuckled with a haughty smirk on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Rena. It's dangerous. She's here. Huh? Then Satoko-chan is... Her name was Satoko Hoijo. Hoijo.
Hoijo?
Hoijo.
Hoijo.
She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid.
Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah.
Since you already got two.
The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over that.
I'm gonna get the most annoyingest voice ready. Thank you, game.
The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. Blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious, Sakoto! A haughty laugh came from beyond the door.
Oh, is this... Oh. Excellent, Ki-chan. I guess it means you win this round.
No, this is Sakoto we're talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such an intricate trap since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Sakoto liked to combine a variety of traps that were simply there to bait you into the main one, traps that relentlessly coming at you like the sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on.
Oh, Rube Goldberg.
Yeah,
I was
Rube
about to ask
Goldberg.
what that was. I know what that is.
Yeah. As well as being clever, they were almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes.
I like how you're getting really
no escape!
into this.
No time to relax!
I like how you're getting into it because you remind me of the Great Saiyaman. I am the Great Saiyaman!
By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day.
Oh, God, that sounds painful as well. Holy fuck. Oh, wait, who's this?
I think this is your girl.
Okay, so why don't you just open the door and let it drop? Wink.
That's what it is! That's what Sakoto was after! Making me focus my attention upward, so I lifted my hand to the door. There were thumbtacks stuck onto the sliding door, handle with tape, a frightening trap. What a brutal kid.
What is this sadistic bitch doing?
Brutal, dude. A potent and terrifying trap, concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, Sakoto.
But the great Sandman does not fall for this.
But in the end, nothing more than its trivial mechanics of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open, stepped into the room. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching on my leg.
Oh, shit.
By the time I realized she had me hook, line, and stinker, it was already too late.
Stinker.
I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Kitchen, watch out! I instinctively reacting to me. Oh, that's Mion.
Continue.
Yeah. To Mion's shrill warning, I twisted my body midair before I landed on the floor.
Okay, maker of game, really specify who's talking, please.
Ow, ow, ow. An inkstone, filled to the brim, was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation. I had landed square on it.
Oh my god.
You.
I was gonna use his voice, but it doesn't fit her anymore. She's freaking adorable.
Sadistic child.
I know, but she's freaking adorable. Alright.
My. What do we have here?
Oh my gosh.
It's annoying, isn't it?
A fair morning to you, Keisha-san. Weren't we as lively one this morning?
Still sprawled out in an awkward position as my ears bled, I greeted her by a mocking voice.
The great Sandman falls for no traps.
That was a step up from your usual trap, Sakoto.
Oh god!
I haven't the faintest idea what you mean.
What? My ears are bleeding. All I hear is bubbling of blood.
Good. You're quite unlucky this morning.
You little. Ow, 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 ow. It seemed I'd inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed.
Shit.
Better than landing on the inkstone.
No. She's also adorable.
A small hand gently rubbed my head. Pain. Oh, do you want to be her too? Because I gotta be the main character.
Pain, go away.
The small,
Pain,
dainty hands
pain,
continued
go
to gently
away.
stroke my head.
Oh, Rockhead.
You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears.
I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much that what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. No, I really like that. Please continue to rub my head.
Yeah, I think Rika-chan.
Yeah, thanks, Rika-chan. The pain's going away now. Yay, Rika-chan! Good morning!
Good morning to you, Rina. Good morning to all.
Rina-chan greeted each of us with an adorable bow.
I bowed with the microphones in my face.
There you
Bonk.
go. Bonk. It was infectious. Rena, Mion, and I all bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan.
I try.
So much better than Sakoto.
What?
I glared over in her direction. Sakoto was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact.
I am the very model of a good girl.
No, my ears are bleeding again. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps.
Nothing but lies and slanders, lies and slanders! Exactly what Prev?
I picked up.
Going Super Saiyan!
I picked up Sakoto by the back of her collar. Looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. Cats are adorable, and you're just a little troublemaker.
Unless it's Cody's cat, then
So-
she's just terrifying. Holy shit, your cat is terrifying.
Yeah, my cat's very scary. So
She's got like these green piercing eyes, and she just sits there with like the look of, I don't give a fuck, and I will murder you.
yeah, she's much harder to deal with.
I am S-O-R-R-R-Y. Try saying that.
If you won't say it,
That was you.
I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Sakoto's forehead.
I'm against violence. You don't even have any proof.
Lies and slander!
Lies and slanders.
Just so you know, my forehead flick really hurts.
Oh, that's what he was doing. He was doing this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it can split plywood right in half.
Whoa. Easy there, cowboy. I don't think I can do that. Oh, I'm sorry. It sounds like tires screeching.
Stop! Get away from me, you beast!
Don't say that in a way people will misunderstand.
Oh.
A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. Oh, it's
Probably
Neon.
the purple hair girl.
Yeah, it's Mion.
It is. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days.
Thank you. Thank you for being so quiet that I can't hear you.
You're welcome.
Rika-chan really is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Sakoto, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick.
Lies and slanders!
You made a girl cry.
It doesn't bother me!
Oh, it looks like it bothers you.
You're a monster.
I'm so sorry. I'm turning away from the microphone, just letting you all know.
They can potentially understand the situation.
You mustn't cry, Sakoto. Keep on fighting, yeah.
Dun, dun. Rika gently patted the head of her prankster friend.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm the prankster.
Yeah, pat yourself. You would never guess that those two are the same age.
Oh, I can guess it.
I think Sakoto could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan.
They're 12, right? They're 12.
I think they're elementary schoolers.
They gotta be 12, man.
Next time, set an even more amazing trap. Oh, this is her, sorry.
Oh, next time, set an even more amazing trap.
You traitor! Wait a minute! As she observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic as she begun to swoon! Swoon!
Like how we both went through the same thing.
Sakoto-chan is crying! So cute! Cute!
Oh, you can't take them home. I can't even do her voice anymore because of that previous voice. Shit.
Ooh, but they're so cute!
You can't, no matter how they are.
But just for a bit is fine. Is it fine? Rena kept a cutesy face, even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Rena is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person.
Whoa.
Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Give it up. Then can I just look? Just looking? That should be fine, right? Right?
Wow. This girl has some problems.
Rena swooned over Sakoto's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Himazanawazawa, it'd be forced to turn to Rena to the authorities.
Read your lines.
I'll be forced to turn her into the authorities. Is that better?
There you go.
Thank you. Forgive me, Rena. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away. You criminal.
The teacher's coming in.
Quickly, clean everything up.
Sorry, I totally fucked up on her voice.
Satoko.
Satoko.
Was it?
Satoko, yeah.
Satoko?
Yeah.
Okay.
That inkstone is yours, right?
Clean it up.
Clean it up.
Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtacks stuck to the door handle were even bigger problem.
Oh no!
I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself like I skewered my father.
We're over this, Cody. We're over this. We talked about it.
Even though
What happened.
Even though Sakoto was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. So I took a knife. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bedlam from before had become neatly tidied up.
Just gonna adjust my microphone. Sorry.
We made it in time.
Oh. Rise, attention.
Mion gave out the morning commands.
Now let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one, but naturally she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Rena and Mion, being the highest grade in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping to teach younger kids, so it seems like they can never get on their own studies. They are actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rena and Mion with their studies. They're just the worst.
Okay, I'm very confused about this school. So there's different ages, different grades, and they all get different teachings.
So there's one teacher, and they're all supposed to be taught different things, but the teacher ends up teaching the kids. So teaching the younger kids. So the teenagers, have to teach themselves.
In what society was that a good idea? Because that wouldn't fly here.
Well, so this is basically just because it's a small town, and they probably don't have a lot of teachers.
I don't think even a small town would be doing this.
No, I think they would. Like if it's a
That's
small
weird,
enough,
man.
if it's a small enough town, you'd be surprised.
Oh, that's weird, man. I wouldn't know what to do about that.
You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand. Rena took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. Confidence! It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is.
Not confident.
They say that teaching someone something, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. So while you're teaching us, you're getting in your own practice.
That's what they say. In contrast, this person over here is quite laissez-faire about things.
Oh.
It's a very fancy word for she just is lazy.
Yeah, we get it.
For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on. with these marks.
It's not like I'm aiming to go on to be a what?
To a prestigious school.
Prestigious school. I can't even read right. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entire exam a little at a time.
I don't even read right.
I can't even read LOLJK.
But not really.
Smiley face.
Her staunch defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relaxed than somebody who already knew what was going on to be the next entrance exam. Mii-chan, Kei-chan-kun is doing his best to teach us.
Well, I don't give a fuck.
We need to try hard too. You're such a good and honest kid, Rena. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school. This guy's an idiot.
I know he
so
is.
much. What? Thanks so much.
Oh my god.
Especially you, Rena. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lessons?
It means we're gonna fuck.
What is this game? A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped out of Rena's head. Exactly what kind of private lesson is she fantasizing about that's making her turn so red?
Means we're gonna fuck. Sorry.
I'd like to hear the play-by-play about that next time.
Oh my god. What the hell we got ourselves
So we're in
into?
a room alone,
Uh-huh.
and then I shackle you to the bed,
Uh-huh.
and I ask you questions, and
Uh-huh.
if you get one wrong, I pull off a toenail.
Whoa! 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 Stopping! Stopping!
And if you run out of toenails,
Red flag!
I start pulling teeth.
Wow! Red flag! Wow! You want to talk about some things there, buddy?
This is what I learned from class.
I don't know who's been teaching you. Oh wait, shit.
Crap. I think I'm gonna move back to the city. While Mian was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question.
So in the city, do you have to study this much?
If you don't at least this much, you can't get into a university.
So you study just to get into a university? No shit.
Well, it's also not to get your toenails and teeth pulled by a psychotic girl with red hair.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who you could possibly be talking about.
Oh.
Chick, chick, chick. As he has like the pliers.
Well, yeah, basically.
While knowing that stuff is, basically. While knowing that stuff is, you won't come in handy in the future.
My bet. Out here, you can't get into university as long as you're attending a good enough school. Let me redo that. Out here, you can get into a university as long as you're attending a good enough.
It's
good enough.
If your attendance is
It's
good
good. Whatever.
Really? Study equals entrance exams. Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock.
Wait, you just gotta show up for school and you go to university?
Yeah.
Fuck, I was at school every single day. Yeah, I didn't do shit, but at least I would've gotten to university.
Yeah.
Man, okay, I take back everything I said about this small town. Can I go here?
Yeah. That is right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with an exam.
Weed them out.
And don't think we don't know how to weed them out. If anyone can get into a university, then there's no need to be uptight about all this stuff, right?
I think that was my character, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
It's still you.
Well, that's true, but You should at least know the stuff that's common knowledge.
This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things. I'll show you what I mean.
It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning.
Oh, it was deep. Wink,
Deven.
wink, nudge, nudge.
In place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving his handbell drifted through the classroom.
I need more cowbell.
Ki-chan, we're done. We're done. It's our wonderful lunchtime.
I feel like I keep changing her
Yeah.
voice.
In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the command that signaled the end of the morning period. Kichi-kun, let's have lunch, Star!
What does the star mean?
It's kind of like excited, I think.
Okay.
Where it's like, let's have lunch! You know?
Gotcha.
I might have been making a very troubled face. Rena smiled brightly at me. Alright,
I thought it was
let's eat!
I thought it was all right, not all right.
Alright.
All right, all right, all right.
There seemed to be difficult cliques even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different, and we had both boys and girls. But I was the only boy, and all the other girls were too young. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Oh, I hear the FBI. SWAT team. Oh no!
Woo, woo, woo. Get down on the ground!
Get down on the ground, scumbag! I pulled out my light machine gun and started mowing down those coppers.
You won't take me alive! Chaos erupted. I painted the walls red that day.
We put our desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Skoto and Rika-chan were slowly lugging their desks over as well. Kichi-kun, hurry, hurry! Rena waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. She got rice everywhere.
I was covered in her rice.
I was covered in rice. Oh man, it was sticky. She tried to help me clean it up, but there was just so much rice.
Okay. Oh god.
Ki-chan's lunchbox is supposed to certainly filled with nothing but breadcrumbs like some sort of
Destitute plebeian.
Sorry.
It's just a fancy way of saying you poor ass guy. You're broke.
I just started babbling because I couldn't read it.
Why don't you just show it to us? Come on now!
Even though Sakota was hurling
That is the
insults
most
at me,
awful voice I've ever done on this show, probably.
she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged a chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting.
Well then, Representative me, please give the signal to
What?
The signal.
I can't hear you. What are you saying?
The signal is coming.
The signal to fart? Alright. At first, this was kind of embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may have all been different, but we were all friends.
So where's the other boys?
Let's eat! The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom.
I can't do all those voices at once.
Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course, there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were out of luck when trying to get with these pretty ladies.
I just like how earlier he said ours was a mix of girls and boys. I'm the only dude though.
They're
That's not mixed, that is just a freaking what's the word?
A harem?
There we go.
Yeah.
Harem.
I'm the only alpha wolf in this pack. These kids are gonna get beat up if they think they can try and join my group. I can just imagine the main character, like you, the main character, just beating up a small kid. Oh, you want to join our group? You want to hit on one? No!
No, it'd be the other way around. Get my ass kicked.
Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compared
How's that
to the
noise?
girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everybody was free to pick at them. I brought leg of dad. I thought the girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mia noticed and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch.
Oh.
My, isn't Sir Kicho's lunch extravagant today?
Leg of dad.
It tastes like jerky!
My, isn't Madame Sakoto's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy.
Don't fall for a man's trap.
Buying into the fight that Satoko was starting, our chopsticks locked in a cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunch.
Oh, wow.
My, how delicious!
Oh, this taro is good too. The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile.
I say something.
What?
I say something.
I can't hear you. By the way, Satoko and Rika-chan's lunches are always the same. It seems that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Rika-chan made this too? These taste like mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mold. They were done by hand with a knife. Stabbing the carrots and chopping them up.
Don't say anything about your dad. I know where you're going with this.
Like I did with my dad. Not an easy thing to do. It's you.
I guess Rei-chan's just good at this sort of thing.
She's really good at stewing, laundry, and stuff like that.
Sewing.
Amazing, right? Amazing.
Stewing.
Rika is quite exceptional in many ways.
That's nothing for you to boast about.
Oh,
Rena's actually a better cook at cooking than I am.
I heard that, and I think that's lies and slander.
It's not.
Huh? Well, you know,
star.
it seemed that the topic of it seemed that the topic of the conversation switched to Rena when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rena's lunch usually was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it was made of her pet cat and dog.
Oh, Cody, we're going too far with this whole killing thing.
Red flags everywhere.
Sad.
Crimson red flags. We should probably call a specialist.
God damn it, Cody.
Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made a lot this time. It's good, I hope. I hope! It's got high marks from me. Ah, Mion, you're talking to me. Oh, it's oh, no,
No,
wait.
it's you.
Okay.
You're insulting her.
Knocking Mion's chopsticks aside, I reached out trying to secure my own portion. Sakoto and Rika-chan reached out in the same time and struggle ensued. Everyone shoved in a mouthful after a mouthful, praising it, and Rena's lunchbox was soon empty. We ate her lunch! She didn't get anything!
I was gonna say that, yeah, like fucking what the hell?
But she seemed rather satisfied.
How did you like it? Is it Renaissance an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keyshawn, son.
I said that nothing for you to boast about.
You're not much different from Keyshawn, Satoko.
Satoko. It's the same.
Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet?
Yeah, one's green, one's white. They both taste good.
Sakoto's face went pale.
Hey! Even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know?
Oh, other way around.
Of course I can! I really can!
It's really hard for her to lie. Oh, she can't tell the difference.
Because they're vegetables and she's a kid.
Both taste good when they're boiled and topped with mayo, right?
Gross.
You
What
shouldn't
the?
be picky. Who puts mayo on their... I think this is the most...
I like mayo, don't get me wrong, but what? How is that a topping?
And we'll discuss this next time on Idiocracy Screams.
Fucking ranch will do fine.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, ranch...
fuck, I would rather put barbecue sauce on it before mayo.
I'd put... ranch is gross.
I quit.
Okay, bye everyone!